Oh my god, someone's in the game. Holy shit, someone's in the game. What the f? No! No, what the f? Oh! Let's go, baby! Let's go for the dub. Oh! He's back. He's back. They came. Put him down. Cool. That pop, mate. So today, somewhat of an interesting video. It is absolutely hurling it down outside. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, there's so much dust. We're going to sign in. Hopefully it works. Oh, I've got 4 copies. This is the only one that kind of works. Sometimes it crashes. Sometimes it doesn't. Just run you through a few things which I think are really great. So the audio might be quite loud. So here we have classic Gears of War 1 in 2019, almost 2020. I'm going to run you through a few things which immediately make me nostalgic. For one, this menu and this menu music, it's brilliant to me. It's just dark, it's gritty, you know what's coming. Thud, everything's bassy, going through the menus, bassy. And there's just a whole host of things. In 2007, I managed to pop Seriously. Seriously was an achievement that was very difficult to get because it was primarily Warzone. That's how you got your kills in ranked matches. So there was also a thing that if the game didn't finish 4v4, your kills didn't count. Eventually, this achievement popped at around 18,000 kills for me. So the only game mode I played when I bought this game was I just went straight into ranked and I got destroyed until, yeah, probably towards the 12,000 kill range. I think I was negative in kill death for a long time. I'll just flick through these so you can see what if any of these sort of bring any memories up for you. Do you remember getting green thumb and stuff? So we'll just flick through these and chat. And yeah, a lot of the kills didn't count for me and it was a bit of a bummer trying to get it. So what happened was eventually it popped and then I decided, right, I've got my Seriously, it's time to like actually, you know, get a lot better at the game. And towards the end of, I would say basically 2007, once I'd got the achievement, a little bit before then, I was only really playing clan matches and private matches. So a lot of people overtook me in the leaderboards and a lot of people, so you can see, you know, 2007, I finished my first ranked match and 7 months later I'd killed 10,000 people. You can see all the old boys are back. There was no shop, there was no iron, there was no MTX. All the DLC was free, the maps. So you got Coltrane, you've got Baird, Dom, Carmine, you've got Hoffman, you've got Marcus, and you've got Kim. I used to primarily play as effectively Kim. I would be a Kim or I would be Marcus. Those were the 2 players I'd play as online. I'd let me know in the comments which player you would play as online. I might occasionally swap it up for a Carmine, but very rarely. I wasn't a big Carmine fan. A few people I knew played as Dom. My best mate from high school, he used to play as Hoffman. So, pretty memorable. The Locust, this was my man. Thick skull, hell of an attitude. I was the Grenadier. I'd basically be the Grenadier, or I would be the Sniper. These 2 characters. They just look gritty, they look dark, they look imposing, and they just scream like, yo, this game's going to be gory, it's going to be dark, gritty, it's going to be like powerful, you know. They look mean, don't they? They look nasty. They're not a robot, they're not a Terminator, they're not a faceless swarm. You know, they really do appeal to me as character design. They just seem brilliant. To this day, should I say, they still hold the test of time, and I still think they look great. Grenadier Elite, rip people limb from limb. Now the Theron Guard looked absolutely sick. Theron Sentinel also looks so gritty. Like, these characters just look sick. And then you've got General Ram, the absolute Locust King, and then you've got your General Drone. And yeah, these were who I used to play as for definite. These are my preferred people. When we talk about the leaderboard and the game in general, we're going to have to show you the Xbox Live leaderboard, and I'll run you through a few people that stick out. I give them an opportunity to have their little moment, right? Nobody's probably recording this type of content, and I'd like to showcase some things that maybe people aren't doing, right? Kind of backing them up on the internet for a little bit of history, preserving them. So for me, in Warzone of all time, I stopped sort of playing ranked, like I say, towards the end of 2007, and I'd moved on to clan match, and I primarily just played scrims and GB for like years. Didn't really play ranked, but those were my stats. And what's interesting to note about these stats is this is ranked Warzone 4v4. I'd played 2,600 games, and I'd lost more matches than I'd won, because I was a complete noob when I first started, but it didn't put me off. And you'll see this is a common theme, that this guy, he's got a 0.5 KDA. I'm playing the game, and this guy's played a lot more games than me. Playing the game, your stats really were not that important, because nobody could look you up. You were just keeping track of your own little journey and trying to work on things. For me, I loved getting curb stomp kills, and towards the end I was trying to stomp everybody. I had 1,000 curb stomps. I was like, I want to get at least 1,000 curb stomps. All the kinds of things that went on, but the thing I tried to get across is when you played this game, people's KDs weren't brilliant, because everyone just played for the fun of it. This guy's negative as well, and you'll see people have played a lot of games. It just doesn't really matter. People played this game when it was brand new, nobody knew what they were doing, and they just run around and have an absolute blast. And I absolutely loved it. Like I say, it didn't matter if I was winning or losing. I just liked playing Gears of War. If we go to me and my friends, I'll run you through. Steel Oak, I believe, was a Polish player who I spoke to fairly recently. He is 600th in the world, 6,000 headshots, 60,000 kills, 7,000 matches played. Still plays Gears of War to this day. Isn't too keen on Gears 5 and didn't particularly like, I think he quite liked Gears 2, but these are the people I remember. Pranksky was the quote ranked sniper. He was a really good ranked sniper, and somebody that I actually wanted to try get as good as. Towards the end I was playing ranked, and I was playing all the top clans, so I think I did pretty well. I'd play against, you know, Jordan, I've played against like Max Pax, Dark Angel on like War Machine scrims and stuff. I've played Fitzer and, you know, Richie and all those people. I've played all the people, and I started to get quite good towards the end. Pranksky was like the first person. Him and a guy called Mr. Mayday, if anybody remembers a guy called Mr. Mayday, those were the two people that really I thought, wow, these are good players. 11,000 headshots, seriously 1.0 in headshots there. And when I bumped into them on canals, Mr. Mayday and Pranksky, it was honestly like a battle. I'd be like, right, this guy's really good with the sniper, really good at the game. I'm going to try outplay him, I'm going to try beat him. And we ended up on each other's friends list for a long time. He's got the same last name as me, so we always kind of joked about that, because we always had the same, we had our last name as our gamer tags in different ways. So that's kind of interesting. So yeah, that's kind of how we spoke and met on there. Infinitum, who is still, I still speak to today, 40,000 kills. He was a Warzone Raven Down player. There's me again. Muffin Man was an Irish bloke. Now, interestingly, Muffin Man was kind of like a talk bow player. He sort of showed me how to like teardrop, and he was like a shotgun. He was kind of like a roundabout player, an overall player. We've got Hayes, we've got Tim. Tim's a long time player. Played a lot with Tim. Disco Mansell was my best mate in high school. Played a hell of a lot of games with him. It doesn't seem like much, 748 games, but those 748 games came in probably 1 or 2 summers. And the summer holidays, yeah, we just basically played 750 games of Gears of War ranked, 15 rounds, 3-minute duration, an absolute blast. JC, I still speak to him today. He was more of a montagey sniper player in player matches, played a lot of player matches, and there's a whole host of people on here that I can go through and I can show you, and there are some people missing. That was the thing. Warzone was the sweaty mode. That was the main mode. You have execution all time, but honestly, I think the OGs will know that Warzone was pretty much the go-to. And I'll run you through some of the people I know and I understand. And yeah, I thought I'd just throw this up there because there ain't no videos of old leaderboards and stuff. So the first name that jumps out is none of these. These are all glitched. Towards the end of the game, it looks like the leaderboards got cheated. However, there are a few people I can recommend for sure, or no. Chicken Sauce and Poppin' Wabbits. These are definitely two people that would play together, I'm pretty sure on that. Chicken and Rabbit. And we would see these on Raven Down, American Host, Yellow 2 Bar. Poppin' Wabbits would definitely play with him. Hold My Pocket, I'm not too familiar with. Maybe he's changed his name or not. Equilibrium was I think a Welsh player. Used to play a lot with him on Raven Down and sometimes War Machine with a guy called... I'm forgetting his name now. Also, I used to play with him on Gears 2. He could pull host occasionally. We used to play with him, Equilibrium, a lot. Green Jedi James... He follows me on Twitter, and I follow him. Small World, we were talking about boxing. There was a boxing thread on Twitter, and I saw his name, and I thought, Green Jedi James, that can't be him. And then I clicked his profile, and it mentioned Gears of War. So Small World followed him on Twitter, and he was Raven Down player. A hell of a lot of grenade tag kills. 24,000 grenade tag kills. That's double seriously in grenade tag kills. That's what he was known for. People really disliked playing against him on Raven Down because he would just get the nades and tag you. But that's impressive, like, to be able to do that. Now, E.T. Sniper, these two people I remember. E.T. Sniper was a ranked sniper. Absolutely very, very good with the ranked sniper. 24,000 headshots. I remember that he would be, I'm pretty sure it was either, he wasn't English, so if I ever played him, it would be a 2-bar connection for either me or him. Very, very good ranked sniper, enjoyable matches against him. Now, SVD Venus, I remember this name. I'm pretty sure these SVD were a clan that used to roll together. It might even be, it might even be a female player, SVD Venus, if I remember correctly. I do remember bumping into these a lot and playing them. We have got, who else do I really remember? Ranked sort of in 2007/8. The probably leaderboards have changed since then, so there will be a few names missing. Aggressor, I remember Aggressor. Aggressor, definitely remember playing against him a lot. Those are the last names that are really... Carnage and Silence I seem to remember because of their names. Yeah, those two are ringing a bell. I feel like the players that have played the game for a long time really took pride in the fact that they tried to be the top 100. So for those that don't know, I'll show you. Yeah, the leaderboards got hacked and a lot of people lost their score. If I was a developer, I would like to fix the leaderboards. I don't know if you can still do that, but you know, I think the players that played a lot deserve to have their rank bumped up a little bit because they were the OGs, and to get your rank glitched out and lost does suck. So what I used to compete for towards like the end of ranked was I was always in the top 100 for weekly. I could never quite catch the guys of all time. I was too far behind and I'd stopped playing, but I always wanted to be the top weekly. You can still see today that 133 people have played a ranked Warzone match. So 133 people have played a ranked Warzone match almost, where are we now? 13 years plus later. And I think that is a testament to how good the game is and how strong the community is. We look at my friends list and I'm still talking to people from Gears of War today. And the game was just brilliant. And it's not perfect. There's so many things wrong with it. And I'm not trying to say that if you were to ever remake a Gears of War game, you should just remake this. Because I've done a really long hour-long video on it of why that wouldn't work. It was more to do with the time, the era, limitations and so on and so forth that made this game so great. I could host some games this week whilst I've still got Xbox Live Gold, and we could go back and play some. This guy is playing Raven Down Execution, 2-bar connection. So, I just wanted to make this small video just to show that even today there are some people still playing the game, and although not perfect, and although it has its issues, look, these guys are talking in game chat. Still today, in 13, 14 years later, there are still two blokes playing Gears, chatting to themselves, and yeah, it's just such a good time, really. I haven't played this in a long time. I haven't used a controller in a long time, but just a phenomenal game. Dark, gritty. I'm gonna try and make a small video explaining like the things I liked about it, with actual gameplay now that I can record the old games. But just playing Kim on Raven Down just feels like super memorable. So we're on a 2-bar, so you can see when you shoot, your bullets come out a bit later. So you kind of have to shoot where you think the guy's going to be. And this is something I'd be used to, playing on American hosts on Warzone. Load of blood popping out there when the guy dies. And yeah, I'd love to play a nice 4v4 execution on a nice UK host or something. Just for old time's sake, I'd love to host that and see if anyone wants to play. So in the comments, if you want to get your Xbox 360, I don't have an Xbox One, so I don't know if you can play it on an Xbox One, like it's backwards compatible. Maybe it is, but if anybody ever wants to try Gears of War 1, if you've still got your disc, give it a shot, because someone might be online. Gotta lead those shots. He's running into the crack house. Look how small the crack house is. Oh, it's kind of bigger than I remember. He's running. There's no spotting. It's just I just love it, man. Try to hunt this guy down. Can't you see how I'm kind of leading my bullets? I'm shooting in front and he's running into him. That's what I'm talking about. When you lag on Gears 5, you don't really lag, so it's odd. In this, you kind of have to just get a curb stomp for old time's sake. We did it. We won the match. So, it's been an honour to serve you, Hoffman, mate. I've very much enjoyed my time with this game. I'd very much like to play some more. I don't have a headset, so I can't speak to these blokes. But respect to these two for playing. Respect to the 130 players playing throughout their time. I've headed off now.